and trust in your teammates. Trust is the most important.
The Hornets come into an Eastern Conference contest in this game. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Checked in for Lopez. Sanders comes in for Porzingis. Derek Williams, he checked in for Anthony. And Cheeks is subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Charlotte also making some changes. Kaminsky, who's checked in for Jefferson. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy. Lynn in for Courtney Lee. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Kid Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lin. And it's Kaminsky in at the 5. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Now that we have a moment, let's take a peek at the teams that are leading the league in blocks. 5th on the list, the Hornets.
Talking about block shots, you want block shots? Talk to these guys. They've done a terrific job this year in that category. Outstanding.
Cheeks the pass to Roten. Feeds it to Spates. And good as it rattles through the hoop.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it, and he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about the knees, my man. he looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Walker dishes to Lin, and Walker kicks to Lin. Back to Walker, 14 feet away. It's rebounded by New York. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Greg, there was some really sloppy basketball being played by them, and they recognized that had they played a cleaner game, they could have gotten a win.
From about 19 feet, and that one comes up a bit short.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
The Knicks making a switch here. Calderon's checked in, and a switch here also for Charlotte. Lamb's checked in. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Hornets have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Kid Gilchrist with it. Williams picks him up. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Jose Calderon.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
That one misses. The Knicks have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Cheeks, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Cheeks has got his first bucket of the night. So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against the Wizards in Washington.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together. A lot of tough teams in this league, Kevin. Here's where New York sits right now. First in lowest turnovers a game. First in opponent points per game. As for the transition game, well, they're in the bottom third of the league in fast break points. Is actually almost non-existent for them. They really don't emphasize scoring in the open court.
And, you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
It's stolen by Lamb. And now it's Lynn running. He can go all the way. Good D by Sanders.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the story.
Yeah, and as a coaching staff, you feel helpless here. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. You just hope they snap out of the rut.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for New York.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
There's the screen. 6 to shoot. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Good on the shot.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Cheeks the pass to Calderon. Williams against Kid Gilchrist. Williams gets the bucket. And the Knicks lead by 5.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lynn. Doubled by Cheeks. Takes the 3. Lamb, good. Lamb's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Boy, how about that screen by Michael Kid Gilchrist?
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. New York ahead, up 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. Just play like...
You know, he may be having fun, but I'm not so sure playing street ball is really working out for Kemba, who needs to shoot better than 38% for the Hornets to go anywhere, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I mean,
there's a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Marvin Williams is checked in for Jefferson. Michael Kid Gilchrist comes in for Kaminsky. Lamb, he's checked in for Lee. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. On the court for Charlotte, Batum is out there with Michael Kid Gilchrist. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Williams at the 5 spot. Hornets trail by 4. Over in the corner, Batum. There's a screen by Williams. Batum with the ball. Williams picks him up. A shot by Batum, no good. New York's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Pass to Cheeks. And that comes off the assist by Calderon. Cheeks has got the lead up to 6 now for New York. Charlotte's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Lynn kicks to Lamb. No good. Now the Knicks take it the other way, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing. Just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and guys, once they got spiraling downward, there seemed to be no way to get out of it. All their offense went to pot.
Sanders checked in for Lopez. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Al Jefferson's checked in for Nicholas Batum. Hornets trail by 7. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Good.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Cheeks' shot is good. And the Hornets shooting at just about an even 40% from the field for the second quarter. There's a good screen. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lamb. And Charlotte again with the bucket. Here's Cheeks. 9 points in the game so far. The dish to Williams. Spates sets a screen. Cheeks the pass to Spates. No luck. Jefferson with some nice D.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Williams against Land. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
You better listen, man.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Knicks.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They're also having a lot of success from the free throw line tonight. You always want to cash in from there.
We've got 1:23 left in the second quarter. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Lamb.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Some nice passing by New York here. Passes it to Williams. To the middle. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Jefferson. Here's Lynn. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Here's Calderon. Bank shot. No good.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Back to Lynn. Wide open look. Kept alive. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Hornets have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games.
And the first half comes.
Well, guys, I'm here with...
Hey guys,
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Take a look at what Kemba Walker's done. He's got 13.
So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kemba Walker.
Kemba Walker's game is all about desire, and you can see it. He wanted to win tonight. He ran the show so beautifully. He made big play after big play. His quickness and ball handling is probably top 5 in the league.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night. And we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.